Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna. Chalo, it's working.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Yes. So yesterday, how much you have done?
Up to 21.
Oh, only
Till 30. We finished till 30. I'm till 30.
30, 30.
Prabhu.
So you explain to them everything.
We completed 30. Yes, Prabhu.
So you explain Radharani speaking like that has to be understood properly.
You can repeat again, Prabhu, but I just thought that, and 18 shloka we also read in detail because that was the first shloka Chaitanya Prabhu explained also. So 30 all over.
No, but
Yes.
Radharani speaking all that.
Yes, Prabhu.
Explain that, not to be
Yes,
taken.
Prabhu. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Actually, Chaitanya Chariramita Om Jnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. So we have to properly understand this. Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita actually to be read after reading Gita and Bhagavatam, because this Radha Krishna Leela is very, very confidential. And somebody can very easily pull down the Lord Chaitanya's conversation to the mundane line. We should not do that. We know this is all in a transcendental ecstasy. The Lord is speaking, and the relation, there's nothing purer than Radha Krishna Leela. There is nothing purer than that. It's the purest love. In fact, whatever we see separation in this world or happiness or relation between man and woman, it's only a perverted reflection of the original pure love between Radha Krishna. Okay. Krishnera Madhuravani Amritera Tarangini Tara Pravesha Nahiye Shavane Kanakadi Chidra Sama Janiha Se Shavana Tara Janma Haile Akarane. Topics about Krishna like the waves of nectar. If such nectar does not enter one's ear, then the ear is no better than holes of a damaged conch shell. Such an ear is created for no purpose. So very nice. In fact, Prabhupada is giving a similar shlokas which are there in the Bhagavatam he's quoting. Tikena Taravakimana Jivanti. We heard this class from Prabhupada on one of the days. Astrakimana Swashanti Uta Nakhadanti Namehinti Kim Grame Pasho Apare. You can read these verses and you'll see similar explanation in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the place with ears which doesn't hear about Krishna. It's like on the fields, agriculture field, there are holes, snake holes. Nobody puts his hands in, like they're useless holes. So like that, the ear should be used for hearing. Actually, ear has been given for hearing about Krishna in a human life. Okay. The nectar of the lips of Krishna and its transcendental qualities and characteristics surpasses the taste of essence of all nectar. And there is no fault in tasting such nectar. If one does not taste it, he should die immediately after birth, and his tongue is to be considered no better than the tongue of a frog. So to hear the Krishna Prasadam, and even more as the gopis are meditating. One's nostrils are no better than bellows of a blacksmith if one has not smelled the fragrance of Krishna's body, which is like the aroma of the musk combined with the bluish lotus flower. Indeed, such combinations are actually defeated by the aroma of Krishna's body. The palms of Krishna's hand, a source of it, are so cool and pleasant that they can be compared only to the light of the millions of moons. One who has touched such hands and feet and indeed tasted the effects of touch stone. If one has not touched them, his life is spoiled and body is like iron. Lamenting in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened the doors of grief within his heart, morose, humble, and disappointed. He recited a verse again and again with a despondent heart. If by chance the transcendental form of Krishna comes before and about the vision, my heart, injured from being beaten, will be stolen away by Cupid, happiness personified. Because I could not see the beautiful form of Krishna to my heart's content. When I see his form, I shall decorate the phrase of time with many jewels. Whenever I had the chance to see the Lord's face and his flute, even in a dream, two enemies would appear before me. They were the pleasure and Cupid. And since they took away my mind, I was not able to see the face of Krishna to the full satisfaction of my eyes. If by chance such a moment comes when I again see Krishna, then I shall worship those seconds, moments, and hours with flower garlands and the pulp of sandalwood and decorate them with all kinds of jewels and ornaments. Can you imagine? This is Radharani's mood of separation. And I hope all of you here know this is transcendental ecstasy, the highest ecstasy, which is called Vipralamba Bhava. And she's saying, if some seconds I can see Krishna again, I decorate the seconds with garlands and sandalwood for those moments. Because when I saw Krishna last time, I was so much driven by affection that I could not see his face properly. Can I see him again? In an instant, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regained external consciousness, saw two persons before him, questioning them he asked, am I conscious? What dreams have I been seeing? What craziness have I spoken? Have you heard some expression of humility? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear friends, you are all my life and soul. Therefore, I tell you that I possess no wealth of love for Krishna. Consequently, my life is poverty-stricken. My limbs and senses are useless. Again, he addressed Sarup Damodara and Raya Ramananda. These two used to be there. Only these two people where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to reveal his heart. And who are they? There's two principal gopis of Radharani, Lalita and Vishaka. Speaking despondently, I'll ask my friends, who is Sarup Damodara? Anybody?
Lalita Sakhi.
And Raya Ramananda? Vishaka.
Vishaka, sir.
So these are the two next to Radharani, two Sakhi, always in Lord Chaitanya Leela. Lord Krishna Leela, when Krishna left Vrindavan, they used to console Radharani. So they are again there, same two people consoling Krishna in the mood of Radharani. So giving Krishna the same experience. Krishna came to experience the highest love of Radharani. So they're giving him the same pleasure. I'll ask my friends, you can now know the certainty within my heart that after knowing my heart, you should judge whether I'm correct or not. You can speak of this properly. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then began to chant another verse. Love of God is devoid of cheating propensity. It is not possible within the material world. But if there is such a love, there cannot be separation. For if there is such a separation, how can one live? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying that, you say I'm a devotee, I'm not a devotee, I'm living. If I was a devotee, I would have died. Correct? You understand? If actually you love somebody, how can you live in separation from them? So because I'm living, it's a proof that I'm not a devotee. Pure love of Krishna is just like gold from the Jambu river. Does not exist in the human society. If it existed, there could not be separation. And if separation was there, one could not live. So you're all pulled to another level. See, what happens is then actually we in this material world consider so-called lust as love, which is not love. There is no love in this world. Love is only in the spiritual world and to the Supreme Lord. There is no love to anybody except the Supreme Lord. They said, oh, Desh Bhakti, this Bhakti, all is bogus. There is only one Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti. Bhakti refers to pure love that only exists with Krishna. Or they say Devi Devata Bhakti, all bogus. There is only one bhakti, one love, that is to Krishna. The rest is an imitation, cheap imitation. So, there is something like imitation jewelry. Now, if suppose people are wearing imitation jewelry, they can show themselves around a big man, blah, 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 blah. Just 1 minute. Okay. But then if somebody comes with a real jewelry, then those people look a joke. Because real jewelry you cannot imitate a real jewelry. Imitation, and when the real jewelry comes, it looks useless. So similarly, in this world, we go around jumping around, showing our so-called cheap love. Love, all is cheap. But when somebody comes with real love, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with love of Krishna, people get shocked. Genuine, pure love. The speaking son of Srimati Sachi recited another verse. The Ramananda and Saru Damodar, I heard this word with rapt attention. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I feel shameful to disclose the activities of my heart. Nonetheless, I shall be done with all the formalities and speak from the heart. Please hear. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear friends, I have not a slightest tinge of love of Godhead within my heart. When you see me crying in separation, I am just falsely exhibiting a demonstration of my great fortune. Falsely. Indeed, not seeing the beautiful face of Krishna playing his flute, I continue to live my life just like an insect without purpose. Oh. Actually, my love of Krishna is far, far away. Whatever I do is actually false. When you see me cry, I'm simply exhibiting my great fortune. Please try to understand this beyond a doubt. Even though I do not see the moon-like face of Krishna playing on his flute, and although there is no possibility of my meeting him, still I care. Still I take care of my body. That is just way of lust. In this way, I maintain my fly-like love. Why I'm living? He's questioning Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why I'm living? And there is no chance of seeing Krishna. Why I'm living? My God. The love of the Lord Krishna is very... Now you are hearing all the statements. These are all statements of Radharani, intense love of Krishna. Seeing that, actually it is said when somebody hears about love of gopis to Krishna, lust vanishes from the heart. Because lust is nothing but a cheap imitation jewelry. You throw it on a dustbin. Wow. What is this? Look at this. Oh, wow. So you forget your so cheap love and you become lifted to another platform. Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita is very, very most intense is heart of Radharani, blazing with intense love for Krishna. So if we just touch that little in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a hope to one day get free from unwanted material desires. Love of Lord Krishna is very pure, just like water of the Ganges. The love is an ocean of nectar. That pure attachment to Krishna does not conceal any spot which would appear like a spot of ink on a white cloth. Unawares love of Krishna is like an ocean of happiness. If someone gets one drop of it, the whole world can drown in that drop. It is not befitting to express such a love of Godhead. Yet a madman must speak. However, even though he speaks, no one believes him. In this way, Lord Chaitanya used to revel in ecstasy day after day and exhibit this ecstasy before Sarup and Ramananda Raya. Externally, they appeared severe tribulation as if he was suffering from poisonous effects. But internally, he was experiencing bliss. This is the exhibition transcendental love of God. It's like somebody hits your head with a stone. That is a separation, so much pain. But the great ecstasy inside the heart, because there is meditation of Krishna. Meditation of Krishna brings ecstasy. Take care. Yeah. If one tastes such love of Godhead, he can compare it to a hot sugar cane. When one chews hot sugar, his mouth burns, yet he cannot give it up. Similarly, if one has but a little love of Godhead, he can perceive its powerful effects. It can only be compared to poison and nectar mixed together. It's poison and nectar mixed together. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke, my dear, beautiful friend, if one develops love of Godhead, love of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, all the bitter and sweet influence of the love will manifest in one's heart. Such love of God acts in two ways. The poisonous effects of love of God defeats the severe and fresh poison of a serpent. Yet there is a simultaneous transcendental bliss which pours down and defeats the pride of nectar and diminishes its value. In other words, love of Krishna is so powerful that simultaneously defeats the poisonous effects of a snake, as well as the happiness derived from pouring nectar on one's head. It is perceived as doubly effective, simultaneously poisonous and nectarian. Poisonous because of separation pain, nectar because the meditation is on Krishna, it gives intense ecstasy. This is spoken by Pawanamasi to Nandimukhi and Vigada Madhava by Srila Rupa Goswami. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would see Jagannatha along with Balarama and Subhadra, he would immediately think that he has reached Kurukshetra. When all of them had come, he would think that his life was successful because he had seen in the lotus-eyed vow. Hope, if seen, pacifies the body, mind, and senses. Staying near the Gunda Stamba, the Lord would look upon Lord Jagannatha. What can be said about the strength of that love? On the ground beneath the column of Garuda Stamba was such a deep ditch, which is filled with water of his tears. So Lord will stand near Garuda Stamba and look upon the Lord. And there was a ditch and that was filled with tears of love from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When coming from Jagannatha temple to return to his house, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to sit on the ground and mark it with his nails. At such times, he would be greatly morose and cry, alas, where is Vrindavana? Where is Krishna, son of the king of the coward man? Where is that person who plays that flute? Beautiful. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to lament by saying, where is Shri Krishna, whose form is curved in three places? Where is the sweet song of his flute? Where is the bank of Yamuna? Where is the rasa dance? Where is the dancing, singing, and laughing? Where is my Lord Madan Mohana, the enchanter of the Cupid? In this way, various ecstatic emotion evolved, and the Lord's mind filled with anxiety. He could not escape even for a moment. In this way, because of the fierce feeling of separation, his patience began to totter and began to recite various verses. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality, Godhead, O friend of the helpless, you are the only ocean of mercy. Because I have not met you, my inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I do not know how I shall pass the time. Look at this unbearable separation of Radharani from Krishna, correct? The highest spiritual ecstasy. So the highest spiritual ecstasy is not in meeting the Lord, in separation from the Lord. Vipralamma bhava. All these inauspicious days and nights are not passing, for I have not met you. It is difficult to know how I'll pass all this time. But you're the friend of the helpless in the ocean of mercy. Kindly give me your audience, for I am in a precarious position. In this, the Lord's restlessness was awakened by ecstatic feeling, and his mind became agitated. No one could understand what course such ecstasy would take, because Lord Chaitanya could not meet the Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna. His mind burned. He began to ask Krishna of the means by which he could reach him. See, we are feeling separation from our sense objects. That is our life. O Krishna, flute player, the sweetness of your early age is wonderful within the three words. You know my unsteadiness, and I know yours. No one else knows about this. I want to see your beautiful, attractive face somewhere in a solitary place. But how can this be accomplished? Another quote from Krishna Karnamrita of Bilu Mangala Thakur. Mighty Krishna, only you and I know the strength of your beautiful features, and because of them, my unsteadiness. Now this is my position. I do not know what to do or where to go. Where can I find you? I am asking you to give me directions. Because the various kinds of ecstasy, contradictory states of mind occurred, and this resulted in a great fight between different types of ecstasy, anxiety, impotence, humility, anger, impatience, were all like soldiers fighting, and the man of the love of Godhead was the cause. These are the symptoms of pure love. The body of the Lord, just like a field of sugar cane into which the mad elephant of ecstasy entered. There was a fight among the elephants, and in the process, the entire field of sugar cane was destroyed. The transcendental madness awakened in the body of Lord, and he experienced disturbance in mind and body. In this ecstatic condition, he began to speak as follows. O my Lord, dearest one, O only friend of the universe, O Krishna, O restless one, O ocean of mercy, O my Lord, O my enjoyer, O beloved to my eyes, alas, when will you again be visible to me? Symptoms of madness served as the impetus for remembering Krishna. The mood of ecstasy awoke love, disdain, defamation by words, pride, honor, indirect prayer. Thus, Sri Krishna was sometimes blasphemed, sometimes honored. My dear Lord, you are engaged in your pastimes and you utilize all the women in the universe according to your desire. You are so kind to me. Please divert your attention to me, or by fortune, you appeared before me. My dear Lord, you attract all the women of the universe and you make adjustment for all of them when they appear. You are the Lord Krishna and you can enchant anyone. But on the whole, you are nothing but a debauchee. Enough scolding. Yeah? Who can honor you? My dear Krishna, your mind is always restless. You cannot remain in one place, but you are not at fault for this. You are actually the ocean of mercy, the friend of my heart. Therefore, no reason to be angry with you. So you can see the contradictory emotions are developing. My dear Lord, you are the master of the life and soul of the Vrindavan. Kindly arrange for the deliverance of Vrindavana. We have no leisure hours away from our many activities. Actually, you are my enjoyer. You appeared just to give me happiness. This is one of your export activities. Taking a word as defamation, Lord Krishna has left me. I know that he has gone, but kindly hear my prayers and praise. You are the satisfaction of my eyes. You are my wealth and my life. Alas, please give me your audience once again. There were different transformations of the body of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being stunned, trembling, perspiring, fading of color, weeping, choking otherwise. In this way, his whole body was pervaded with transcendental joy. As a result, sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would laugh, sometimes cry, sometimes dance, sometimes sing, sometimes he would get up and run here and there, sometimes fall on the ground and lose consciousness. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thus unconscious, he happened to meet the Supreme Personality Godhead. Consequently, he got up and immediately made a tumultuous sound very loudly, declaring, now Krishna, the great personality, is present. In this way, because of Krishna's sweet quality, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made different types of mistakes in his mind. Thus, reciting the following verse, he ascertained the presence of Lord Krishna. In the attitude of Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed the gopis, my dear friend, where is that Krishna, the Cupid personified, who was the effulgence of a kadamba flower, who is sweetness itself, the nectar of my eyes and mind, who loosens the hair of the gopis, and who is the supreme source of transcendent bliss and my life and soul? Has he come before my eyes again? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then began to talk like this. Is Cupid personified present in the effulgence and reflection of this kadamba tree? Is it the same person personified sweetness, who is the pleasure of my eyes and mind, who is my life and soul? Has Krishna actually come before my eyes? As the spiritual master chastises the disciple and teaches him the art of devotion service. So all the ecstatic symptoms of love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, including despondency, moroseness, humility, restlessness, joy, endurance, anger, all instructed his body and mind. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his time. He also passed his time reading the books and singing the song for Chandidas and Vidyapati, listening to the quotations from Jagannath Vallabha Nataka, Krishna Karnamita, Gita Govinda. Thus, in association of Saru Damodar Raya Ramananda, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his days and nights chanting and hearing with great pleasure. Among his associates, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed paternal affection with Paramananda Puri, friendly affection with, because Paramananda Puri is his guru's godbrother, so like a guru, father. Friendly affection with Ramananda Rai, unalloyed service from Govinda and others, humorous conjugal love with Gadadhara, Jagadananda and Saru Damodara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed all these four mellows and thus he remained obliged to his devotees. Bilmangala Thakur was an ordinary human being, yet he developed many ecstatic symptoms in his body. What then is so astonishing about the symptoms being manifest in the body of Supreme Personality Godhead? In the ecstatic mood of conjugal love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the highest platform. All the exuberant ecstasies were naturally visible in his body. Now you are going to read all this in detail. This is not detail, please. You are going to read this all in detail later. Now the synopsis of Antya-lila is going on. And Antya-lila, you're going to read each one of these in more detail. During his previous pastimes in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna desired to enjoy the 3 different types of ecstasy, but despite his great endeavor, he could not taste them. Such ecstasies were the monopoly of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, in order to taste them, Sri Krishna appeared in the position of Srimati Radharani in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So by actually going away from Vrindavan, in one sense, actually Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. He is always present in meditation. One step he doesn't take. He's bound by the love of the devotees, but still, for people like us, he left Vrindavan in the creating separation, and his separation gave them more joy. They enjoyed more. By personally tasting the mellow of love of God, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his direct disciple the process. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is wealthy capitalist possessing the touchstone of love of God, not considering whether one is proper or improper. He gives his treasure to anyone and everyone. Thus, he is the most munificent. No one, even Lord Brahma, can ascertain or taste a drop of his confidential ocean of ecstasy. Now, chapter is closing. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his causeless mercy, had distributed love of Godhead all over the world. Thus, there cannot be any incarnation more munificent than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no greater donor. There is no greater donor who can describe its transcendental qualities. Such topics are not to be discussed freely, because if they are, no one will understand them. Such are the wonderful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Unto one who is able to understand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown the mercy by giving him the station of his servant, of his own servant. The pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the topmost of jewels, they have been kept in the storehouse of Sarup Damodara, who explained them to Raghunath Das Goswami, who has repeated them to me. So he is telling how I came to know all this pastime, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. I came to know all this from Raghunath Das Goswami. Whatever little I have heard from Raghunath Das Goswami, I shall describe in this book, which is presented to all the devotees. So in the beginning time, it is the notes of Murari Gupta and other people. He had to tell the source, from which source he compiled the book. He had the notes of great devotees who kept Chaitanya states and used that, and he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. If one says that Sri Chaitanya is full of Sanskrit, Chaitanya Charita is full of Sanskrit verse and therefore not understandable common, I reply that what I have described are the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya, and that for me is to satisfy everyone is not possible. In this Chaitanya Charita, there is no contradictory conclusion, nor is anyone's else opinion accepted. I have written in this book to describe the simple substance that I heard it from superiors. If I become involved in someone's likes and dislike, I cannot possibly write the simple truth. If one does not understand in the beginning, but continues to hear again and again the wonderful effect of Lord Chaitanya pastime and bring love of Krishna, gradually one will come to understand the loving affection of Krishna and the gopis and the saints of Vrindavan. Everyone is advised to continue to hear over and over again in order to greatly benefit. Now he is speaking to us now. I've already given the synopsis of the facts and figures of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's last pastime, and I have a desire to describe them elaborately. If I remain longer and I am fortunate enough to receive the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I shall try to describe them again more elaborately. Now, this is very interesting, actually. I'll just read. I have now become too old and disturbed by invalidity. While I write, my hands tremble. I cannot remember anything, nor can I see or hear properly. Still I write, and this is a great wonder. He was very old at that time he compiled Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he was very worried that he may die before he complete. Therefore, you see, he did synopsis of both Madhya and Antalila here into 2 chapters. And now he's going to open Madhya Lila and Antalila. Okay, why did he do that? In fact, Prabhupada, when he saw that, he took a hint of this. In the sense, Srila Prabhupada is also old, but looks like Krishnadas Kaviraj was much still older than that at his time. So Prabhupada, also seeing his age, was very worried that he may not live to complete Bhagavatam. So he wrote Krishna book before. That's how you have Krishna book written before. And Prabhupada, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami actually completed Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada did not, he left the world. So taking the hint, actually, he left Krishna book with us, and that book would not have been there. And then authorized version of Krishna Leela from a devotee of the status of Prabhupada would have been lost. In this chapter, I have to some extent described the essence of the past and Lord Chaitanya at the end. If I die in the meantime and cannot describe them in detail, at least the devotees will have this transcendental treasure. Okay? So he is worried. In this chapter, I briefly describe Antilila. Whatever I have not described shall be described extensively in the future. If by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy I live for many days, I can fulfill my desire. I'll give full consideration to this pastime, which he actually did. I worship here the lotus feet of all the devotees, both advanced and neophyte. I request all of them to be satisfied with me. I am faultless because I have written here in whatever I have understood from Sarup Damodar Goswami, Rupa and Raghunath Das Goswami. I have neither added to or subtracted from their version. Instead, I have been truthful to their notes. According to Parampara system, I wish to take the dust of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and all the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Sarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. I wish to take the dust of their lotus feet upon my head. In this way, I wish to be blessed with their mercy. Receiving the orders from the above authorities and the Vaishnavas of Vrindavana, especially from Haridasa, the priest of Govindji, I, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, tried to describe one small particle or one drop of wave of the ocean of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? That ends the chapter. Hare Krishna. Yes. So everybody is stunned, nothing to speak.
No, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I want to ask, who is Purnamasi?
Don't worry, it will come. She is the one who arranges every day Krishna's pastimes.
Okay.
She makes a plan.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I thought she was something like auntie.
It's like that. She is one of them. But she
Yes.
has a chart of daily Krishna's Leela will be like this. Radha Krishna will meet like this today, and this will happen. Full plan she makes for the day.
Now
Okay.
I heard Brinda Devi, she used to arrange pastimes of Lord
Yeah,
Krishna.
all are together in one team, big team.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes, Shashi Mataji. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी फॉर्म मैं 1-2 दिन में जमा कर दूंगी मेरे हाथ में चोट लग गई है
No
इसलिए
problem.
डिले हो रहा
कोई
हाँ?
चिंता नहीं। अरे
तो
कोई चिंता नहीं। उसमें लिखा था कि ये सब किताबें पढ़ना। अभी मैं वीडियो बनवा रहा सबसे, ये सब
अच्छा
किताबें पढ़ने का है, और उसमें लिख रहे नहीं पढ़ा तो अप्लाई क्यों किया इन्हीं से लिखा है। टीचिंग तो लॉर्ड चैतन्य ने पढ़ा, नहीं पढ़ा है, आपने नहीं पढ़ा तो अप्लाई कैसे किया? उसको पढ़ो, उसमें आप नो नहीं लिख सकते। ना लिखना तो पहले पढ़ो, फिर उसको कोई भी ना नहीं होना चाहिए कोई भी चीज, है ना। सब हाँ
लॉर्ड
हाँ
चैतन्य
हाँ
का तो नहीं पढ़ा, एक बुक बहुत पहले पढ़ा था,
हाँ,
बाकी
उसको
कृष्णा बुक को
तो
ये
पढ़
सब
के
तो
उसको
सब
हाँ
पढ़ा।
लिखना, ना नहीं लिखना, पढ़ के हाँ, कोई चीज ना नहीं होना चाहिए। हाँ
ये लॉर्ड चैतन्य का तो कोई बुक ही नहीं है अभी मेरे पास। आप जो पढ़ा रहे हैं बस वही पढ़ रहे
हाँ
हैं।
हाँ, फिर हाँ हो गया। इसी का तो समरी है, जब यही पढ़ लिया तो हाँ हो गया ना। हाँ चलो।
नहीं वो बार बार फोन आ रहा है ना रजनी माता जी का, जल्दी जमा करो। मैं मेरे
अरे
हाथ में
वो उसका चिंता नहीं करो, उसका चिंता नहीं। अभी सबका वो कितना अभी अभी तो बिल्कुल इंटेंस चल रहा है, बिकॉज 108 लोग का दीक्षा मैं करना चाहता हूँ इस बार अरेंज। ओके, और 1008 लोग का शेल्टर और 10,008 लोग का एस्पायर।
लास्ट स्टेज में फॉर्म भी बहुत टफ है आपकी, तो जो नया फॉर्म है।
फिक्र नहीं करो, उसका चिंता नहीं करो। कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा मेरे को लिख देना, ठीक है। श्री लक्ष्मी उसमें लगी हुई है, आप उसको डायरेक्टली कांटेक्ट।
श्री लक्ष्मी माता जी को फोन किया था, उन्होंने उठाया नहीं।
नहीं
तो
मैसेज
लिख दिया, मैसेज लिखा है।
कोई चिंता नहीं करे, आपने मेरे को बता दिया, चिंता नहीं। चल रहा है अभी काम। अभी क्या है माता जी, जो पहले हमने पहला जो सेट, उसको एक जो ब्रह्मचारी का सेट था और कुछ क्लोज डिवोटीज, वो सबमिट किया 13 लोग का भी, ठीक है। उसका इंटरव्यू होगा, फिर नेक्स्ट आप लोगों का आएगा, तो टाइम है, फिक्र नहीं करो। उनका
Thank
इंटरव्यू
you.
होने दो, देखेंगे इन ये बकरों का क्या हाल होता है। ये सब क्लियर होते हैं फिर एक और सेट डालेंगे, ठीक है, ऐसे करके।
ठीक, कोई
ठीक है,
बात नहीं,
लक्ष्मी,
जल्दी सब
हरे
ठीक
कृष्णा,
हो
योर क्वेश्चन इज सॉल्व।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. First of all, a very big thank you for the wonderful sessions, Prabhuji. It's been very enlightening. My question is that when I visited Puri Dham, I had noticed that when we the temple, there's a big khamba where it is said, when I've noticed that people always throw rice and over there in the khamba. Why is that?
I don't
Does it
know.
have
I don't. No, behind the Dwaja Samba, there are hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the wall. Maybe if you noticed.
Yes, I have noticed.
Yeah, maybe they are off. I do not know. I do not know the tradition. Take it. Some reason will be there. You ask some Puri Jagannatha Panda, he will tell you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Prabhuji, one more question is that what is this IDC course? Prabhuji, can you please, I don't know the full.
Those were chanting 16 rounds. Take it, na? See, a part of the initiation is, that's not initiation. That's just Guru Tattva knowledge. When initiation, there are a lot of preconditions. The person should have done IDC course, basically understanding the Guru Tattva. There is a course and exam. He should read certain books. Take it, na? Certain things are there, minimum. Some standard has been made. Take it, na?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, Prabhuji. For this.
ISKCON Disciple Course. You can type in the website ISKCON Disciple Course. You can read that. Then they will teach you. Okay? But we have made a team that teach. Generally, they teach between the two batches because all teachers are busy now. Na course, the course.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So one more thing to know, those who do not know, now new batch has started off Bhakti Shastri by Aishwarya Mataji in the night. Okay, na? I think it is 7 o'clock. So those people who wanted to do Bhakti Shastri in English, Aishwarya Mataji is taking one new batch. Hare Krishna, Aishwarya Mataji. She is there. How many in the new batch already?
It's 20, but only like 10 or 12 attended today.
No. So you have today was the orientation, no? Correct.
I just started chapter 1 orientation.
Yeah. So you can have somebody to call up, your admin, somebody to call up 16 rounders, new people from survey.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Sir.
Or you can take from me the survey. So I have that file. Okay. And take that file and you can call the English people and see it is full. Because say it is around 25, 30. Because they drop many people when the course becomes serious dropout. Hai
Yes,
so you'll have at least 10 people extra. So you will get a lot of people eager to do this course. And they have applied also, but they do not know course has started. Hai
yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We met a boy in Mayapur. He wants to join the temple as brahmachari. He said, I applied for the course, waiting when it will start.
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. So
Hare
everybody,
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
everybody's
Thank you so
fund.
much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
धन्यवाद.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Tomorrow, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Dandavat
Hare
pranam.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Why not in Hindi?
Huh?